Hey everyone, Jordan here with Iron and Grit, and in this episode I talk about the art and the science of bodybuilding. There are two parts to the greater whole. Everyone can understand the science, that's the technical part, but the art part is your own expression. It's how you build your physique from the inside out. You need to lay the foundation with the science, and you need to sculpt with the art, and I will explain more in this episode. Hey guys, Jordan here with the Iron and Grit podcast, and today I want to talk to you about the art and science of bodybuilding. It seems like every message board that I go on, whether it be bodybuilding.com or Reddit or any other place where people congregate to talk about fitness, to debate theory and practical and figure out what works and what's best, there's a huge disconnect between people that think they know what they're doing and people that do not know what they're doing. And the more time that I spend reading books about this, the more time that I spend thinking about this and talking about it, it becomes more and more apparent that there's a lot of people that just don't know what they are doing exactly. So when I say that there's a science and an art to building muscle or to bodybuilding, I would put it this way. Getting stronger is a science, but bodybuilding is an art. So what do I mean by that? Yes, it's known that you can take a bodybuilding program or a strength building program, such as like a linear programming system, where you add 5 or 10 pounds onto each lift each week, and that you will gradually increase your strength and increase your muscle mass by performing some sort of program in that manner. And that makes perfect sense. And then you eat your protein for muscle building, you eat your fat for lubing up your joints and keeping overall health and to get extra calories, and then you eat your carbs for the quick energy. Okay, great. That's the science part of it. Oversimplified, but it is the science part of it. And that's what people cling on, especially these days. They cling to the science. They think that science is their salvation when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's the foundation. I'll put it that way. Science is the foundation. You need to understand the basic science and the basic principles of how this stuff works. You need to understand, you need to continue to increase weight. You need to understand progressive overload. You need to continue to challenge and overload your muscles so they don't stagnate. You want them to keep growing. So that's where the overload comes into play. You need to eat. You can't put mass on your body without eating something. That mass has to come from somewhere, so you need to be able to convert the food that you ingest and digest and distribute to your body to fill out your muscles and to fill out your frame. You need to lift within a certain rep range to get stronger, or a certain rep range to build muscular endurance, just because we know that based off of our muscle fibers and how they contract and how they are built. However, there is something to be said about the art of bodybuilding. And that is that you're not a robot, man. You don't have to always do 6 to 8 reps of this particular exercise or stick to this exact program. Beginners absolutely should be on a program. But you get to a point where you're not seeing any more progress, or you've got maybe 2 or 3 years of solid gym experience and you're not going anywhere, or you don't look notable. Something needs to change. And that's when the art comes in. That's when you start when you hear people talk about a gym flow, it's you get into the zone. You start training more instinctually. And that's when you can start to experiment and do things that maybe you just get an idea and you want to try them. Say, hey, I'm going to do a set of 50 rear delt raises today. What? If you put that on a message board, people would eat your ass alive, and they wouldn't even know anything about it because they never tried it. But you get in the gym and you do a set of just light weights, grab like 10 pounds, and you do a set of 50 lateral raises or real delt raises, and you tell me that you don't have the best pump of your life and your shoulders aren't screaming tomorrow morning and that your shirt sleeves don't fit a little bit tighter. Try it out. And that's what I'm talking about. You want to mix up the rep ranges. Don't be afraid to experiment or do things that seem outlandish or outrageous, because they are helping you improve. Anything new, any new stimulus that you're doing is going to help you get better. It's going to help you improve. And you'll know, your body will tell you if it's working or not. It gives you immediate feedback and lets you know how things are feeling and how things are going. So keep that in mind as you move forward with this. So when I talk about the art of bodybuilding, of muscle building, yes, lay the foundation with the scientific stuff, with the programming. You absolutely need the consistency and the frequency and to keep increasing weight, and the dynamic progression of mixing up the different exercises. But man, I'm telling you, you have to go outside of the box to have a body that's better than other people's, to have a body that is, top 10%. If you want that type of physique, you have to do things differently. That makes sense, right? That makes sense. Because if you look at the average person, their average workout and what they look like, you need to do something different to differentiate yourself. So don't be afraid to mix it up. Don't be afraid to do mega sets. Like, go into the gym. If you don't know what your workout is, maybe you just finished your program, say, you know what, I'm just going to go do 100 sets of bench press, and I'm going to put a challenging weight on there that I might be able to lift 8 or 9 times in a row. So maybe like 80% of my 1 rep max. And I'm going to do 100 reps of that in as few sets as possible. And just do that. Or maybe instead of doing bench press first, like everyone else on God's green earth when they're doing chest day, say, you know what? I'm going to go do 6 or 7 sets of dumbbell flies and pre-exhaust my muscles. And then I'm going to go do my bench press. So just mix it up. Try new things. The best gains that I've ever had in my life, as far as physique look, like the actual aesthetics of my physique improving, went off the beaten trail and just tried to do things on my own. The only thing is I made sure to do it intensely. I was sweating my ass off. I kept rest periods short, and I was moving constantly. So that's one thing that you need to keep in mind. But as far as that's concerned, man, try to do, 30, 40 reps in a minute. Do these little challenges with yourself and really go all out and try the new stuff. So let it, just whatever you want to do it. This is your art. Art is, to the individual, means something different to everyone. The science stuff, that's the foundational stuff that is commonly agreed upon. And that's why people want to debate it so much. But art, you don't need to debate art. You're your own masterpiece. You let your artwork speak for itself. So move forward with that. Try new things. Train instinctually. If you want to try something new, man, you just go for it. Keep what works and change what doesn't. And you'll like the results over time. Hope that was helpful for you. Drop me a line at ironandgrit.com. Just leave me a comment on one of my blog posts if you have a question, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. That sounded like a voicemail. But no, if you have any fitness questions, seriously, let me know, and I'll help you out the best that I can. Follow me on Instagram at ironandgrit. Check me out on iTunes as well. Search Iron and Grit. Leave me a 5-star review if this has been valuable for you. Until next time, guys, I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.